Are we live? Hey, everyone. Welcome to our second session of Presidential Dungeons & Dragons. Tonight's going to be a real fun one. I can feel it because tonight we have a special guest. Everyone, welcome the one, the only, Richard Simmons.
It's a real honor to be here. And the first special guest, too. My golly, I'm so excited.
We're glad to have you. Now, for the listeners at home, if you haven't watched the first session, I highly recommend you go and watch it now. Spoilers ahead for what happened as we do our recap. So, which one of y'all wants to give us the recap of last time?
I'll do it. This recap will be so good, you'll feel like you were practically there. You see, last
time you interrupted me, so I'm going to interrupt you this time. I'll recap it.
What? That was in the past. We've moved on from that.
Cram it, both of you. I'll recap it myself. Last time we all got hired by this weird fella, Afro Jimmy.
It was Scarab Jim. He was your own creation. How could you mess that up?
Oh, for the love of potatoes, let me handle this. I'm a wood elf rogue named Tamir. Trump is a wizard dragon boy named Vilklith Arbarum, but we call him Vilk.
I still don't agree to that.
Joe's a half-orc barbarian named Slim-Toe the Grand. And George is a human druid named George.
That's spelled J-O-R-J.
Anyway, we were all hired into the Hunters Guild by a man named Scarab Jim with the goal of finding and apprehending someone named Scraggly. We don't know anything about Scraggly, but we did know he'd be attending tonight's episode of the WWE, so we went there.
And Vilk messed everything up.
I messed it up? It was you who hit me in the back with a chair, your own teammate.
Vilk, Slim-Toe might have made some mistakes, but you did use your dragon breath, which tipped off old Scraggly and made him suck up all those souls into his little machine. What's it?
We don't need to point fingers, okay? We'll just say it was everyone's fault.
So Scraggly has teleported away, and that's where we ended last time. Any questions?
I feel like I should be taking notes.
I prepared a little note card for you with key points and player names to help you stay caught up.
Oh, why, thank you. Now, who am I?
I'll keep it interesting and let you know when a character comes in that I think you'd enjoy playing. For now, you can have fun spectating.
Oh, this is going to be so fun.
So, the four of you are in the arena that's mostly empty. Aside from you four, all that's left is the referee and one member in the audience who is holding a sign that says, "The end is near," on one side and advertises his conspiracy theory podcast on the other. What are y'all doing?
I'm just staring over where Scraggly just was, really thinking.
What you looking at, George?
Oh, nothing. You okay?
I walk over to where Slim-Toe and George are.
I go over there with him. We need to figure out our next step.
If Vilky Boy is coming over here, I'm going somewhere else. I go over to that conspiracy guy.
Okay, you walk over to where he is. Now what?
Oh, can I play this guy?
Sure, I don't see why not.
Perfect, thank you.
Hey, guy, how'd you manage to not get all sucked up in there?
I'm running around screaming my head off. Ah, the end is near. I was right.
Good grief, get a load of this guy. Completely unhinged.
I am definitely going to be talking about this on my podcast, Down the Rabbit Hole, available on all podcast platforms. Be sure to subscribe to keep up to date.
Coming over here was no better than staying over there. Surrounded by morons, I am.
We got to figure something out.
What can we possibly do now? He's gone, and he took the souls with him.
Well, I was thinking. I have a plan.
Slim-Toe, get over here. George is giving us his plan.
Well, we're in this mess because you two boys can't get along. So here's the idea. I think you should get some couple counseling, and I know just the place.
What? Are you kidding me?
I agree with Vic on this. I'm not going to go to couple counseling.
George might be onto something. We need you two working together.
We're a democracy, aren't we? Let's take a vote on it.
But there are four of us. It'll just be a tie vote.
I can be the tiebreaker.
No, you can't. You can't be the tiebreaker.
Oh, why can't I?
The four of us are like brothers. We have to make this decision together. That's the only way to move forward.
That's so sweet. You're going to make me cry.
Okay, voting time. All in favor, say aye.
I.
See, there you go. Wait, what? I thought you didn't want to do this counseling idea, Slim.
I don't. Who said I wanted to go do the counseling?
Then why'd you vote for it?
Oh, is that what we were voting for? I thought he said all in flavor, and I was hoping we'd stop and get ice cream. Boy, is that egg in my face. Well, nothing can be done. We voted. Guess we are going to counseling.
So, George, you said you knew just the place. Where are we going?
It's this small place in New Hampshire. It's called Recouple, and they promise that all your problems will be fixed in 30 minutes, or your money back.
Well, let's go get this over with. At least we'll be getting our money back.
So you get to the facility in New Hampshire. It's kind of like a doctor's office. There's check-in reception area and a waiting room with some TVs on the wall. The group of you go together and register at the check-in station.
I want to do a perception check. See what I can see.
Roll for it.
I got a 19.
Behind the counter is a young lady, mid-20s. There's some computers and papers and stuff, very standard stuff.
I see. Any sort of logos or the like that I can spot on anything?
On the papers and some briefcases, you see the company logo, but again, pretty standard stuff. Nothing you wouldn't expect.
Perfect. I go and sit down to wait.
And I go with him.
After waiting a few minutes, Vilk and Slim-Toe get summoned. Now, since you guys will be in different rooms, everything that Vilk and Slim do and discuss will not be known by George and Tamir and vice versa.
Sounds good, Hoss.
We'll start with Vilk and Slim-Toe. You enter the room and sit on a couch next to each other. A couple of minutes later, a burly, mustached man wearing a half-buttoned Hawaii shirt with a multicolored flower necklace and jean shorts that almost reach his knees walks in. This is your counselor, Simmons. This is you. I'll let you introduce yourself and pick your name.
Hello, friends. My name is Bruno, and I'm here to fix all of your problems. Now, why are we here today,
Oh, for the love of Peter, Paul, and Mary, I can't do this.
Why are we here today? Because this guy here is so full of himself. He thinks the world is all about him, and it ain't.
Oh, really? That's why? It's not because of you, Slim-Toe the jerk? Remember when you hit me with a chair even though we were supposed to work together?
My. There's a lot of tension here. Now, Mr. Toe, let's start with you. First things first. Let's get it all out in the open, okay? Name your grievances you have against Mr. Arborum. Hold nothing back.
Well, okay then. Where do I start? First off, he's got a big fat head.
Oh, my Lord, Slim, that's the first thing you've got to say? My glorious cranium offends you.
Now, Vilk, you'll get your turn. Let's let him get it all out.
It's not about the size of your head, Jack. And you know that. It's your ego. It's the size of Mount Vesuvius. You think you're so great when you're not. And the insults. If I had $1 for every time you called me Slim-Toe the Sleepy or something stupid like that, I'd be so rich they'd call me Gary. And don't get me started about how rude you are. You interrupt people. You put down their ideas. You take credit where you don't deserve it. I mean, picture this. It's 1926 and you're in the 8th grade. It's lunchtime, which used to be your favorite time of the day. But 6 weeks ago, that bully Henry Johnson moved in, and he picks on you all the time. He takes your lunch money and spits in your eyes. You know it's coming every day. So one day you decide to run away and join the army. Now you're a 4-star general leading the charge against invading nations, and you're afraid. Not of dying, not of failing. You're afraid that when it's all over, you'll have no purpose and meaning, and you'll just be there, alone. It's so sad. That's the feeling I get every time I look at Vilk's stupid face.
I see. Anything else you'd like to add before I turn it over to Vilklith to say his share?
Oh, and worst of all, I don't like his hair.
Okay, got it. That seems like a lot is going on between you two. Now, Mr. Arborum, it's your turn. This isn't a time to rebut what he said about you. I want you to also list out your grievances you have about Slim-Toe the Grand. Same as before, don't hold anything back.
I mean, look at him. He's old. He's feeble. He runs around like a buffoon. He's a clown. He doesn't know where he is or what's going on. Can you believe he voted to come here thinking he was voting for ice cream? It's a disgrace, I tell you. And his stories, I swear he just makes things up. And I call him sleepy because he's always acting so sleepy. But then I'm the bad guy for just pointing out the truth. And I'll be honest with you, it starts to hurt. Everyone always dogpiling on you. But you got to stand strong, can't show weakness, can't show the hurt. They make fun of me too, you know. They all do. It's so unfair, the things they say. But you got to take it like a champ and move on. You can't dwell on it or it will break you down. Am I a little rough? Sure. But it's a dog-eat-dog world out there, and I'm not going to let some other dog eat me. No, sir.
Vilk, I didn't realize you were hurting so bad inside.
Of course you didn't. You don't even realize when you're awake.
There. You see what I mean? I was trying to be nice, and he was mean to me. I can't work with the guy.
For once, we agree. I can't work with him either.
Okay, fellas, I think we've hit the gold mine here. Yes, sir. Now, Uncle Bruno's going to lead you through it, and we'll resolve some of these issues. Now, let's begin what I like to call Operation Healing Waves of Restoration. Stand up, you two.
I don't want to stand up. I don't think this thing's going to work. We're just not compatible.
You know what, Vilk? Maybe he's right. Let's just do what he says and get this over with. The faster we do this, the faster we capture Scraggly, and then we never have to see each other again.
That's the spirit, only not really. Come on, you two will be besties by the time we're done.
This seems like the perfect place to switch over to George and Tamir. You two are sitting in the waiting room. What do you want to do?
I mean, there's not much to do other than wait. George, I wonder how things are going in there.
I'm sure they are doing fine. But Tamir, I got a confession I need to make.
What's up? You know, you can always talk to me.
I didn't suggest coming here just for them to do couples therapy or whatever.
What are you saying, George?
It's not that I don't want them to work things out. I do, but while Scraggly was sucking in all those souls, I noticed something familiar on his little sucky device. It was the logo of this place. He has some sort of connection to this couples counseling facility, though I couldn't tell you what it is.
Why didn't you tell us earlier? We could be investigating or something.
I wasn't fully sure I saw correctly. These peepers of mine aren't what they used to be. But when they were checking in, I took a look around back there, and sure enough, the logo was a match. And besides, do you think those two would be of any help as they are? No, of course not. But I told you, didn't I? Now follow my lead. I have a plan.
What are you going to do?
I walk back up to the counter.
I follow him.
I grab the receptionist by the collar and try to intimidate her.
Roll for it.
Nat 20, baby.
Okay, you're successful, and like super successful. How do you intimidate her?
I grab her collar and say to her, listen here, I want information, and you better be the one who has it. I'm here to kick butt or take names, and it's up to you which one I do. You feel me? Now, earlier tonight, my friends and I witnessed one of your Soul Sucker 3000s being used at the WWE show. Now, you tell me who was using it and where'd they go? Or do I have to get to kicking?
The receptionist is clearly panicked right now. She stammers, It was my boss. Everyone calls him Scraggly, but his real name is Master. Before she can finish her statement, her body begins to inflate. Her eyes bulge out as she grows and grows. Picture Cell from Dragon Ball Z as he is about to self-destruct after Super Saiyan 2 Gohan knocks him back into his imperfect form. And then there's a loud explosion. Blood and guts fly everywhere. Some of her giblets land on you two.
Oh my God, this is so disgusting. Get this icky stuff off of me. I start shaking my whole body to fling the gunk off.
Oh no, they got her.
In the back, you see Scraggly. He runs and jumps out the window.
Quick, we have to give chase.
I'm with you on that, buddy.
Before you go, we'll switch back to the other two. We'll pick back up on what they are doing. Let's say it's about 30 seconds before the explosion happens.
Let's go, ladies. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1. Squat like you mean it.
Who would have thought doing exercises right after venting about someone would really help fix the issues?
I don't know, but man, this has worked wonders. I'm sorry I've been so mean to you, Slim-Toe the Grand. I mean that, I really do.
Yeah, I'm sorry too. I shouldn't have hit you. I was a real jerk.
We've done it, boys. Operation Healing Waves of Restoration has been a success.
This is when the explosion in the front room happens. Roll perception to see if you heard it.
I got a 16.
I got a 9.
And I got 14.
Vilk and Bruno hear it, but Slim-Toe doesn't.
Did you hear that?
Hear what? Our friendship blossoming?
No, this was the sound of something more sinister. This was him.
Him?
Yeah, who's this him?
Our Master Bramblejack.
Should we know who that is?
I've never heard the name.
Maybe you know him by this name, Scraggly.
That's our guy. What do you know about him?
He's a bad dude.
What does he want?
No one knows, but about a month ago, he started having us use our data on couples to create soul-sucking machines. It can't be good.
Our friends George and Flamir. We have to go help them.
I agree, Slim-Toe the Wise. Thanks for everything, Uncle Bruno.
No, you two can't go yet.
But our friends need us.
Not before the session ends. You have one more task to do.
I don't understand. You said Operation Healing Waves of Restoration was a success. What more do you want?
The test of trust. Slim-Toe, I need you to fall backwards and trust Vilk to catch you.
So what do?
Without thinking, I fall backwards.
I reach out and catch him.
Do an athletics check.
Are you kidding me? I can actually fail this?
You sure can. You got to pray you don't fail the roll.
I believe in you.
Don't fail me, Dice. I got 13.
Well, it's not graceful or anything, but you do manage to catch him, but just barely.
You actually caught me.
Of course I did, friend. I'll be honest. I did think of not catching you because it'd be funny. But getting to our friends is more important.
Now, Vilk, it's your turn.
I'm not going to do that.
What? I thought we trusted each other now.
No fall, no leave.
Listen, this isn't about trust. I trust he'd try to catch me, but he's so weak we'd both get hurt, and we can't afford that right now. No offense.
None taken. You're probably right.
Oh, I can't stand it. You two did great. You passed. Now go. Run to your friends.
So you guys run out to the reception area and see Tamir and George staring out the broken window.
What in the world happened?
A lady blew up on us and Scraggly jumped out that window.
He's here? Let's go get that son of a gun.
I run and jump through the window.
I decided to go the smart way, through the front door and around the corner.
Good idea, Tamir. I'm right behind you.
I'm coming, buddy. I jump out the window, too.
Both of you do another athletic check.
Oh, this is bad. I got a 2.
I got a 6.
Vilk's shirt gets kind of hung on the broken glass, so he's stuck there. Slim-Toe jumps behind him, pushing them both through the window, and they both fall about 5 feet to the ground and get scraped by some of the broken glass. Both take 1 point of damage. During this time, George and Tamir have run around the corner.
Are you okay, buddy?
Yeah, I'm fine. You?
I've seen worse.
Oh my God, this therapy worked. I've never seen him get along so well.
I told you this was a good idea.
Scraggly is standing right in front of you. What do?
The jig is up, Scraggly. Or should I say Bramblejack?
He replies, "You boys don't know what you're getting into. I tried sparing you earlier, but you leave me with no choice now." And he pulls out a rather long blade, preparing to fight you. And that is where we'll leave off today.
Well, gosh dang, things are getting spicy.
Thanks again to our special guest, Richard Simmons, for being here.
It was a blast.
Tune in next time to find out what happens. And as always, Rogan out.